What's up, guys? How you guys doing? Hector,
What's up?
Peter.
What's up, man?
Welcome, New York Comic Con 2025. Exciting stuff. You guys debut every Comic Con, especially this one. How you guys feeling after everything, after the
Feeling
panel?
awesome. People are stoked. Got a lot of new stuff on display. Excited to go and see all the responses to everything. I think there's some cool statement pieces here, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We're just stoked to be here again and have this incredible booth this year.
Yeah.
Where it's like open, people are walking in, seeing all our cool stuff. Like it's a great show so far.
I love it. Maybe we can start off kind of like in, I guess, geographical order.
Should probably
So,
start
yeah.
here because there's big news that just dropped yesterday. So we debuted for the first time Janine with her desk and these little ghosts. First time I think Janine's ever been made into a figure with this version of
Yes,
her, right?
The real
version.
Ghostbusters
It's the first
version.
time.
So
Yeah.
another Alex Brewer,
Yeah.
Mark Bristow special debuting here for the first time. Really excited. It'll be coming soon. And then yesterday on our panel, we unveiled a new variant of Sam Hain. People have been telling us, hey, I missed Sam Hain. I couldn't get the 2-pack when it dropped. I don't want to have a collection without him. Is it possible? Is it possible? And so we did not want to interfere with the collectors who got the exclusive version
Right.
through the 2-pack. That's special. So we created something different. If you remember in the animation, there were scenes where the colors looked different. So we found this purple, created a new colorway. We created some new sculpted heads, so it'll have its own exclusivity.
Nice.
And then we packed them in with this like tranced Slimer, which is hilarious, one of my favorite features, and some of these extra little hobgoblin ghosts that'll come with them. So that's going to be a timed edition on Halloween weekend, and we just wanted to give everybody a heads up now to know that it's coming.
Perfect. I guess, is that how you kind of you retain the value, or at least the collector value with the first edition, and also release a Halloween edition that's separate from the...
Yeah, you know, like we still want to honor the folks who came by and showed up for the
Yeah.
original pack, and this is more just like a fun thing. Like, hey, if you missed out on Sam Hain last time, here's a cool Halloween edition. His all the skin, the orange stuff glows in the dark.
Yeah.
So it's like a cool little exclusive, and it's available on Halloween until that Monday. And so
Just that weekend, okay.
Yeah. So available the weekend, but we thought it'd be cool and give folks another chance at collecting such an iconic villain from the real Ghostbusters.
Absolutely. What's been the biggest feedback you guys have gotten from real Ghostbusters?
I mean, Ghostbusters has been massive for us. We had a huge wave of new Mondo, first-time Mondo buyers, collectors. They hadn't even ever bought a poster from Mondo, so some of these folks. So it's been massive. It's a dream line for us to work on. You guys have heard the stories about how Alex Brewer basically willed this into existence.
Yeah.
But it is like a new thing, and with that new collector group, I think some people slept on the first one.
Yeah.
And when people started getting them and unboxing them,
Right.
I think some people go, dang it, should have jumped in. So it's us trying to say, we hear you, you missed it, this is our way of helping you out, but also we're hearing the people say, oh, I want to make sure my exclusive is exclusive. So if you're someone who's a completist, you got something else to add and you can do that. And if you're someone like just wants one representation of a character, you can still definitely do that.
That's amazing. For the full team and Janine, would we expect to get all those by the end of next year?
Oh, yeah. I mean, Egon should be shipping any day now.
Okay.
Winston by the end of the year. I think Ray will be early next year, and Janine mid next year. Yeah, so you'll have the whole team completed.
And then whatever you else have
Yeah.
brewing right now,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Brewing is a good word.
Oh, okay, a little hint there.
Yeah.
I love it. That was
Brewery.
completely unexpected. Brewery.
Brewing, yeah, right.
You guys were talking at the panel yesterday, just like this feeling like you're like a garage band,
Uh-huh.
right? Like it's just like kind of like forming these talents together and just figuring out what works and developing your sound. Do you feel like you guys have over the last 3-4 years kind of figured out what you want to be and where you want to go?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the biggest thing for us is just trying to make sure that we're always trying to do something new and bring something new to collectors that hasn't already been done. So whether it's on a famous line like Batman the Animated Series, no one's ever done a Clayface in 1/6, right? No one ever did a Man-Bat, right? Like, so that's the kind of stuff that we're always looking for. Real Ghostbusters in this way had never been done. This is like a brand new collectible for a fan base that has been around for years wanting product, right? The same thing with MOTU, right? We're doing 2000X, which has been dormant for a really long time, but we're putting our own spin on it a little bit, right? So we're always trying to find something new, and I think we're jamming, I would say.
Yeah, 100%. It's like, you know, it's somewhat. We're talking to our friend Toy Shiz yesterday, and he says watching you guys on the panel is fun because you can tell you guys like each other and have fun with each other, and it is true, and that's why I think it feels like a band where I know I have the best guitarist and bassist and drummer and on our team, and so sometimes when it's their time to rip a solo, you're like, oh, this is gonna be so awesome as a fan who's also in the band. So the thing about Mondo that's exciting is getting to walk around this booth and go, this is where Brandon Gash crushed it. This is where Tommy Hodges dropped the mic. Where May, you know, or Mark Bristow, our concept artist. It's crazy. We got multiple shout outs this weekend for our packaging, created by the incredible Jordan Christensen. So like everything is a result of us being in tune. Yeah. And it's just really hitting now more than ever.
Yeah, absolutely. Are you the guitarist in this group? Are you the singer?
I think I'm the guy who passes out flyers.
The guy outside, hey, come check it out.
Hey, check it out.
It'll be great. Yeah. All right, check this out, though.
Yeah, so speaking of Tommy and May, some incredible figures here for MOTU 2000X. First time we're showing off a fully painted Skeletor and fully painted Man-at-Arms. Also debuting the soft goods cape. And Hector, you want to talk about that cape a little bit?
Yeah, that cape was really hard to make. It was very challenging. It's a double layered cape because he has these tassels that flow behind him. So it took a minute to figure it out, but it is a wired cape, similar to our 1/6 scale, right? And it's removable. So if you want to have them without the cape, you can obviously remove that, right? But it's not Skeletor without the cape. And something unique about the 2000X design is that the cape always flowed over his armor and he could close it. So this cape is long enough to where you can get him in a completely closed kind of like cape form, which I thought always looked cool in that show.
Yeah.
And I love this Skeletor, and Mark Bristow did the paint on it, and it's looking amazing. And then we're debuting Man-at-Arms, and again kind of showcasing that he's going to come with like the fur similar to He-Man. This is still prototype, but it'll look a little more closer to what He-Man's fur looks like.
Got it.
But painted by an awesome friend of ours, Scott Ackers. We're just stoked to be able to just continue to show people this is what we would do at this scale. This is the amount of detail and paint and articulation and artistry that we're going to bring to MOTU at a smaller scale, similar to what we've been doing in 12 inches.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, that's a great point to hit on it. Our goal with these is not to just be another company in the 112 space. That space is like occupied and occupied well by incredible companies doing incredible work. We wanted to see how much, like Hector just said, how much of the fidelity to the characters we can keep in this smaller size. It's like saying, hey, you're used to painting a big 5-foot canvas, now you got to do it on a Post-it note. And see if we can bring all that detail down to this. And so far it's been excellent, but then you add the challenge that collectors at this scale want more articulation.
Right.
So we've been engineering and testing out ways to make sure you can get those great poses that you expect, stands to keep your characters hovering in the air for great figure photography. We are thinking about this collector specifically when we design these figures.
Yeah, you can tell just in terms of it's art in here, like the artistry, the paint app, the articulation. Can you talk a little bit about the articulation on Skeletor, kind of what he features?
Yeah. So the cool thing about, similar to He-Man, they do come with a soft upper torso.
Great.
And it's to allow, kind of give them that butterfly joint to be able to grip the sword with two hands or whatever, and give a little more flexibility when it comes to the articulation.
Perfect.
Without sacrificing the overall sculpt and look, because when you do a butterfly joint, you're going to have to cut into the chest. Yeah. And we felt like it's such an important feature of that show. These characters have these really broad.
I mean,
that butterfly joint does this weird thing where it looks like a little tank top.
It's more of like a creative decision more than anything, because functionality of butterfly joint works well, right?
And it works well in Ghostbusters.
Yeah, they're wearing shirts and everything, and
are those soft overlays too on them, or are they a little harder?
No, But the butterfly, the butterfly joint there looks like stacked fabric.
Got it.
So it makes sense there, right?
Right.
Well,
It
and it's
blends
also
in.
obscured a little bit by the proton packs,
Yes.
right? So
Right,
whereas here, you got exposed
Bare
chest.
exposed bodies.
Yeah, but some of them are going to have it. Some don't. Like Clawful's just standard.
Right.
He didn't need it. We don't felt like he needed to have that extra range of motion, but he's actually really articulated for being a big, bulky, crab dude.
And he stands super well.
Yeah, he's got a lot of weight to him. So we're excited for folks to get them in hand, and this line's going to be a lot of fun.
It looks great. It looks great. This is on sale now. He-Man, Clawful's on sale.
Yeah, they're on sale till next week.
And that's a factory sample, right? Like this is.
They're both factory samples.
Oh, so this is as close to the real thing.
Yeah,
as it
yeah,
is.
this is-
This is not like a hand painted by Mark prototype. This is off the factory line. What you're gonna get.
That's beautiful.
Exactly.
Do the boots swivel as well, or no?
Yep.
Oh, they do? Okay. A lot of people have boots swivel.
Yeah.
One thing people talk about, when it comes to these figures, understanding the price of them, the licensing that goes involved. A lot of people get sort of dismayed when they see, tariff. Sorry to take it serious and stuff like that, but just the thing people talk about. I think it's the one thing people bring up when it comes to that kind of thing. Is there anything you can address regarding that? I know it's sort of not your responsibility, but
No, the reality is that we're not.
We just want more money.
Yeah, you guys are money hungry.
Another car. I got 7.
Oh yeah, they drove in Lamborghinis to Comic-Con, guys. You guys didn't see
on
it,
my
but-
private jet here.
I put a Corvette on each foot like a roller skate.
Here's the reality of it. When we're getting into this scale, we're not trying to just do a mass market action figure. And I think those who...
Explain what that means, because I don't think people understand. Mass market, more units, less cost.
Well, yes, more units, less costs, less in terms of you have a specific target that you're trying to hit margin-wise, right? When it's like, hey, this can only cost $10, $25, you sacrifice a lot. Like, for example, with the Ghostbusters, at that price, you're not going to get the proton packs painted the way that we did them, right? Like, there's no way you could do that unless you're really ordering hundreds of thousands of units, and it's like that's not what we're setting out to do. We want to make these, as we've always been, exclusive, limited editions, whether it's timed, whether it's a limited, whether it's an exclusive for Mondo shop. These are collector's items, and we never set out to make them feel like a standard toy. Right. They're meant, this is just, like we've always said, our 1/6 shrunken down.
Right.
It offers us an opportunity to do collectibles in that scale that so many people love to collect.
Right.
And I kind of look at it as, we're in the same world as Mezco. Same price point. Yeah, Storm Collectibles, SH Figure Arts. It's like that kind of level of, the extra detail or articulation or accessories or paint. Soft goods that they put in. And you can see with those companies, the prices are very similar to ours. So we never set out to make these to be sold at Walmart. You know what I mean? Or like a Target. Like this is just like, these are meant to be cool collectors 1/12.
Right.
And
It's challenging because at first glance it's like, oh, it's a 6 to 7 inch action figure. I know what that is and I know what it costs, but it's just not that. And like Hector's articulated extremely well. When you look at the fact, look at Janine's keyboard. Like that takes time, and it actually costs money at the factory to get all those details and things like that. And so. If you compare it with a landscape, you'll see that some things are more affordable. They're probably made at a larger, faster scale.
Yeah.
Right? And some things are more limited, and then that means that they spend more time working and making them. So hopefully, things become more affordable globally soon.
I think that's another thing too. It's like when people see like the tariff fee and the shipping thing, it kind of like it does something to like, oh, I got to put that in now. To
No,
put, like,
you're
maybe
right.
making it into the full price.
And I feel it. I feel it. But it's like, I think at the same time, it's worth noting that, like, it's not our choice that the tariffs went up. There's nothing we can do about it. But we have to address it in some way to still be able to survive. But
do you want to address the fact that you get a 10% cut of all the tariff fees?
Oh yeah, me personally, everything, with my private jet,
We call it the heck tariff.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I fly around the country with all my toys. Yeah.
I've seen the plane. It's beautiful.
Man, it's crazy.
Gorgeous. It's like it has the chandelier inside and
I know,
everything.
yeah, they're all Ghostbusters hanging from it.
Dan Aykroyd flies the plane
Yeah, man.
too.
Yeah,
He pilots it.
yeah, exactly. Bill Murray just hangs out with me every day. He talks to me. He advises.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I appreciate you guys giving me
Yeah,
an honest answer to that. It's a tricky situation.
No, it is, and we understand. But again, we're never set out to make these mass market.
Yeah.
Right? They're not. That's just not what they are.
Yeah.
It's what, as fans of the figures that these are compared to, how can we push the medium forward?
Yeah.
And when you do that, you know, you're probably going to be in a more exclusive space.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's just how it goes. I
It's
mean,
great because there's now there's a wider range of what you can collect. The day we dropped and announced our MOTU 2000X, Mattel dropped a line of more affordable figures.
Yep.
So we are now at a space where collectors are so broad and serious about their collections that you have choices.
Absolutely.
You can get you can go and get a high-end Nike Jordan shoe, or you can get something, from Skechers, and both are great and serve different purposes.
yeah, exactly. So,
Yeah.
and I think at the end of the day, the product will speak for itself, and it always does. So
Yeah.
we're, it's just how it is.
Right. Speaking of which, products speaking for themselves. Goliath, massive thing. Tell me a little bit about Goliath, please.
Yeah, so this is something we've been trying to do for a long time. Believe me, like the minute we got into the animated space of doing 1/6 scale, true to animation form from the 90s, like we were doing with Batman, we did with X-Men, now with Spider-Man, now with the Ghostbusters at a smaller scale, we finally are able to do it.
Yeah.
And we felt like, this is early, 3D print, but we felt like we had to show off how massive this is and how true to the original animation we're going. This isn't an interpretation of it. This is just like, we want him to come out of the screen and be awesome. And then he comes with Bronx. So we were like, hey, we got to include Bronx with him. And
so this is a set that comes together?
Yeah. Plus a ton of accessories. He also has another set of wings that fold over.
Oh, I was just about that.
And I think it's important that someone noted that his little claws clip in the middle.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
The attention to detail is very important with you guys, I know.
Yeah. So we're really excited to show this off, and this will be out sometime early next year, around like April will be the pre-order. So it's early.
Yeah, earlier.
But we weren't sure, when the next opportunity was going to come where we were going to be able to show this off, where people could see it. Because we get a lot of people that come by and they're like, man, I didn't realize how big your figures are. The photos, even though we say it.
Yeah. You don't get the impression of it until you actually see it.
Yeah. So it was
There you go.
So it was
Peter
important.
scale.
Yeah. You want to say anything about it?
Actually, I was going to hand it over to Alex.
Oh, what's up, man?
Hey,
How you doing?
how's it going?
Blue
Wait.
crew.
What do you want to tell me about Goliath?
Just that he's awesome. Had
Yep.
a blast
Yeah.
work on him. The model sheets for that show, or just the show in general, was so well drawn, so well designed. So it was like a joy to get to sculpt on this along with Richard Force and Tommy Hodges. And yeah, I also think it's awesome that we're finally, after doing 2 John Carpenter franchises, we're finally doing a Keith David character.
Exactly.
It's like better late than never.
I feel Keith David when I see that thing.
Oh yeah,
too.
you can't hear that. You look at this, you hear that voice, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's amazing. It's so cool. Do the wings move at all in the back?
Yeah. They have articulation.
Okay,
But
great.
they're massive. And we're not trying to make a man bat this time.
No.
This is more about just making him look cool and giving it that perfect silhouette that you really remember.
Yeah.
As the line progresses, hopefully we could do a variant where the wings are extended that are going to be I don't know, 3
feet long.
Yeah, 3 feet wide. I don't know.
The tariff on that's going to be.
Oh my God.
Woo.
Imagine how many planes you're going to get from that one.
Speaking of Keith David, if you're listening, Spawn the Animated Series.
Hey.
We're here, 1/6. We're gonna do it.
Don't put that evil
We're
on
not
me. I need
announcing that. We
We're not
want it.
announcing
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
all right,
yeah.
all right.
No, we're not announcing.
Yeah.
This is wishful thinking,
We're
right?
wishful thinking it into existence.
If you know somebody who knows Todd McFarlane, tell them we want to do Spawn animated ones.
He's around here somewhere.
They're
you
not
know.
going to do it. I see what they do. They're not going to do it. Let us do it, and we'll send them one.
That would be great. If you do like a whole image thing, I think.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah, that's
You guys
that's
do
our
have, like,
white
an
whale.
image
That's
vibe,
our
too.
Spawn
big.
and the Max.
The
That's
Spawn
our,
and
like,
I mentioned the Max.
That's our big
We're
one.
We're
Yeah.
the image of toys and collectibles.
Yeah.
We would love,
I dig it.
even like Savage Dragon would be a lot of fun. Shadowhawk. There's some really great ones. What were the other ones? Wildcats.
Wildcats,
Yeah, there's
Young
good.
Blood,
There's really
a lot of stuff. Yeah.
There's a lot of there'd be a lot of cool stuff.
Oh, you go crazy
Anyway,
with that.
just saying, we do a lot of 6 animated figures. Spawn was
Not like you have
one of the best
a whole
animated.
roster of things you guys are working on. So
Spawn was
you
one
know.
of the best. And speaking of Keith David,
How do you guys keep up with sort of that every property that you put your love and work into, and
we're
still
just
bringing them out.
massive to Toys R Us, and we can go pick what we want to work on, like that. It's like supermarket sweep. The biggest problem is time. We want to get to everything, and then not only time for us to produce it, but spacing these releases out with a respectful amount of time for collectors.
Yeah.
Because we hear and we read all the comments about where's Storm, where's this, where's that. I'm like, bro, you don't want me dropping them all on you at the same time. So we want to spread it out. We know some people collect across lines.
Right.
And that's part of our responsibility to make sure that as we're creating premium figures, we're also considering the way people collect and their buying habits. So this can be a fun thing that we do for a long time. There's no end in sight.
Love it. Love it.
We should go talk about turtles. Yeah.
Oh my God. I mean, this is just an absolute banger. This might be the star of the show right here.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I think it was kind of the star of the show at SECC when he was unpainted.
Yeah.
Right. So what's crazy about this is production. It's not just a paint master. This is our production piece, and it's incredible. The paint master that Mark Bristow originally did here was beautiful, and the factory's been able to replicate it pretty much stroke for stroke. And the thing I want to just talk about is the amount of details and little storytelling with these, and as we've talked about before, this line is a what if, an Elseworlds, what would happen after Turtles Secret of the Ooze? What would happen if Shredder was picked up from the Hudson where he fell in or whatever, right? And Krang was like, Krang appeared, helped him, brought him back, and decided we need to take over the world, but these turtles are standing in your way. What are we gonna do? So, at this point they've already fought.
Yeah.
And the Mousers, Donnie has repurposed them to be Mouse Bros, and this guy here, he helps them with his
a lab assistant.
Yeah, it's a lab assistant.
Exactly. Little arms to help hold stuff and tighten screws.
Yeah. And then this one's more reconnaissance. He mixed them with an RC truck. So the whole idea here is that a lot of this is found things that they found in the sewers. It's very stuck in the 90s. Like he's wearing a fanny pack, and there's a lot of little Easter eggs. Like if you look closely at his fanny pack, there's a logo there of a certain kind of lizard. And
interesting.
And then there's also it says Mondo, and it kind of looks like a certain lizard. So it could lead to maybe another character down the line. The calculator has a fun little nod that the numbers spell out something. That we just stuck it with a bunch of stuff. You can see Leonardo in the communicator right here.
Oh wow, that's incredible detail.
Yeah, and one more fun thing about these is that their eyes are swappable. So you have the pupil eyes, which is kind of the nod to that Henson era, right? But we're also big fans of the comic white eyes. Like that's my turtle. Like I love that. So we made it to where you can get the best of both worlds. You can swap out the eyes for all the heads.
They're beautiful, man. Absolutely stunning stuff.
Yeah, the turtles. There's no shortage of amazing turtle toys out there, and we always bow to NECA, who created a masterpiece, multiple masterpiece lines. When the opportunity came for us to do something, like Hector said, the only thing that we felt hadn't been done was tell our own story. And if we were, a design firm or a studio in the 90s and they tapped us to do the concepts for the sequel, this is what we would design, right? We want that 90s grittiness, that real world lived in vibe, but we also want the whimsy and the fantasy of the comics, cartoons, and games. So you're going to see all of that trickle in. I mean, we even have a in-progress metalhead head, which we were thinking, like, what if Donnie's starting to piece together shrapnel from these Dimension X tech attacks,
right? And
building his own assistant to help out in the fight, right? So it's like us looking at like Anakin and C-3PO in episode 1 and giving him that moment. So it's like a storytelling accessory that maybe we'll see Metalhead down the line. But the whole thing continues over as we show off Leonardo for the first time.
Yes.
And this is just a tiny bit of what you'll get with Leonardo. And I should say, as much of the storytelling accessories you see, all of it is removable and swappable. Wow. You'll be able to have a simple, clean, traditional turtle, or you can add as much of the storytelling accessories as you want
Amazing.
to have your own version. So with Leo, the same way Donnie is now, growing into that role of being the tech guy. We didn't really see a lot of that in the first two films at all,
Right.
So we're starting to see that. Leo is starting to step into the role of the real ninja, the guy who's taking the martial arts training to the next level. And you're going to see a stealth look to Leo. We showed it off on our panel yesterday. Soft goods, masks, influenced by the dark Leo looks, but with our own narrative twist on it. So even the sword is a great accessory because Donatello is going to be building upgraded weapons for all of them. And if Krang comes through and says to Shredder, why are you using teenagers and giving them cigarettes to do your crimes? Instead, here's some robotic foot soldiers. Those guys won't be stopped. You don't have to worry about them throwing a tantrum. Well, Leonardo should have a sword that when he cuts through a foot soldier, they stay down.
Yeah.
And so Donnie hot-wired this Odachi blade,
That's
gave it like a
amazing.
cool motorcycle handle. We imagine that he can kick it on, and then you see that electrostatic effect on the blade. So it's really exciting to have figures that each release forwards the story.
This feels like the most creative input you guys have put into a line. In terms
Absolutely.
of just your own ingenuity and things like what will look cool and also what makes sense in the world of Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, for us, we've kind of dabbled in it, obviously, with Masters of the Universe, Thundercats. We've done Mondo's interpretations. Right? Mondo's design aesthetic.
Mondoverse.
Yeah, the Mondoverse, right?
yeah.
Like it's, with our concept artists and all of that, we develop these cool iterations of the characters. In this case, like Peter was alluding to earlier, Mondo did Turtles 1/6 almost a decade ago, the Mirage ones, right? And since then, Turtles has been a huge part of the pop culture, toy world, right? NECA's done amazingly with Turtles. Super 7 did some cool stuff. Everyone's doing cool stuff.
Right.
So for us, it was more like, what can we bring to the table that feels new and fresh?
And that only we could run.
That only we could do, but still honors what we all grew up with, which is, for me, the 90s Turtles movies, right? The cartoon from the 90s, the comics from the 90s. So it was like, well, what if we merged all of them together?
Yeah.
Right? And kind of built this world that felt like it could be a part of that. And it was the stuff we all grew up with. And let's have fun. Let's have fun with this. And every time, we will sit around, we'll just sit and be like, well, what if we include this little detail?
What if we create some characters?
Yeah, what if we, the Mouse Bros don't exist in canon, right? Those we were
That's a
lucky
whole
enough,
new thing,
for Paramount to allow us to do that, right?
And
So-
Paramount just are they telling you any notes? Are they giving you any feedback?
You know what?
Or are they just run with it?
No, I mean,
Not in a negative way.
no,
It's
I mean,
very constructive.
the feedback has been in a great, not to say that minimal, because they're really happy with what we're doing.
Great.
Right? At first in the concept art, it took a little bit to get past the first turtle, which was Donnie, for them to fully grasp everything, which was cool. They were learning, we were learning. And now with Leo, they're like, man, this thing's awesome. And as we're building these, they've just been great partners, and they've been encouraging us to be like, no, take it further.
Amazing.
Do something new, do something that, other people aren't doing. And that's exactly what we want to do.
Beautiful.
I'll say that to piggyback off that, the reaction from the fans and collectors has been like the grease, and everybody pays attention to that. And them seeing people go, this is cool. This is something that, as someone who has every turtle figure, I also need this.
Yeah.
And so you guys at home should realize that they do listen, and especially when it's positive and constructive. They're like, we want to be a part of this excitement, So shout out, by the way, to the Kacharik brothers, who are legendary TMNT artists. We gave them extensive shopping list of what we want to see. They created incredible concept art and even kickstarted the sculpting on Donnie. And so we're starting to see that come through. Brandon Gash took it over from there. It's an amazing team. It's really like an Avengers of creators here. So excited about that.
Absolutely. And with the Turtles, if you do make a smoker from the movie, Sam Rockwell, you gotta bring him back with some regular menthol cigarettes.
We didn't know what Sam Rockwell would have looked like later in these
I mean, don't you guys want to know? I mean, he got away.
Yeah, maybe he mutates.
Yeah, maybe he's
Mutagen Man, right?
Oh, that'd be fun.
you can go everywhere with it. It's amazing, man.
Hell yeah.
It's
That's
so
cool.
exciting to see where you guys.
Well, you should ask Alex about Beast.
wanted to really quick before we go to Beast.
Tell me.
You mentioned Brandon Gash. Shout out to
Yes.
him. SWAT Cats was just announced.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about SWAT Cats? What can you tell me about it?
SWAT Cats, super exciting. The fact that we got the opportunity to create, to work with the creators on this team. They are so excited. We didn't expect to have this opportunity. We announced it yesterday, but we'll have more details coming soon. But just rest assured that we're going to give you the same high touch detail, paint, accessories that you come to know with our figures.
Oh man, I can't wait for that.
We love SWAT Cats.
Yeah, I know we're running short on time.
Yeah,
Got
just
the-
real quick, I wanted to go over here if we can, but yeah, we are running short.
Okay, yeah,
Let's go.
do a little quick Beast and then say goodbye.
Here you go.
What can you tell me about Beast, Alex?
All right. Beast is one of my favorite X-Men, especially from the animated series. So this was amazing to get to work on. To me, he kind of like embodies the heart and soul of what the X-Men represent, with his intelligence, his compassion, and his incredible mutant appearance. So yeah, this was really fun to get to do like all the different head sculpts and personality expressions for him. Based on the '92 cartoon, which I grew up on, and yeah, I'm just like, it's amazing that we've been able to go so deep with the X-Men line and almost complete that original team. So
I know. Did he bring a lab coat or anything like that, or?
Not at the show, but he'll come with that. Yeah.
Okay,
so,
all
yeah.
the accoutrements.
Yeah.
Is he able to do sort of like low squatting
Yes,
things?
that's like very important for Beast. I kept that in mind while I was sculpting him, like because we usually do see him in a squat. This is our initial like paint master, so it's a more fragile 3D
Right.
print, but like he should be able to move and articulate in all these great ways. We're working out drop down hips, and because Beast is a very agile character, so he's got
Perfect.
the toe hinge. So
Yeah, amazing, man. Beautiful. Over the garden wall, it's so cool. Been really popular, right?
Oh my God, yes! It's sold out in a day. The first chapter, and it did incredible. Like the response was more than we could have ever expected. So Greg and Wirt, the standard editions are still available, but the first chapter sold out, and chapter 2, which is perfect for Halloween, is coming out in a couple weeks. And it comes with everything you see here, plus more.
That's
like
amazing.
so, it's like it's going to be awesome.
That's so cool. All right, last question, guys,
Yeah.
then we got to sign off. Looking at your website, you have a mission statement on the bottom.
Uh-huh.
It says that Mondo navigates the pop culture chaos of the past and present to save the future. You guys feel like you've lived up to your mission statement so far?
I think so, yeah, man. I think we're always, like I said earlier, we're just trying to, bring something new and fresh whenever we can that will excite fans, whether it's through our music, whether it's through our posters or our collectibles. Like we're always trying to be at the forefront of, can we do something new that other people aren't doing?
Yeah, great. Awesome. And what's the most exciting thing this year that you guys have done, that you worked on?
This year?
Yeah, the thing you're most proudest of.
What was that for you?
Oh man, there's so much. There's too much. I mean, the Ghostbusters, obviously,
that's a big one.
amazing to unveil Janine at the show. Like, so that's it for me.
Oh, for sure.
Man, what year is it?
Yeah.
Is it 25? What are we?
When the hell are we?
Yeah, I know. I mean, for me, as something that I've been wanting to do for a long time has been Over the Garden Wall, just because it exposed us to a brand new group of people. It's doing a show that is newer.
Right.
We're usually stuck in the 90s with our stuff. So it's like hitting a new audience, and it's just such a fantastic show that like I'm really excited about what we've been able to do there. So for me, Over the Garden Wall was a big achievement because it's never been done.
Yeah.
There's never been a collectible. So being, again, the first ones out the gate on that, like really helped out.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Hey,
Appreciate
dude,
your time.
thank you so much, man. You're
Yeah.
awesome.